guys, welcome back. Okay, so I am dressed. I do have clothes on. It's just one of those tube top type of days where you can't see that your girl has clothes. Let me scoot back a little bit. Okay, so that might help. But hi, welcome back. So today is just a really chill, laid back makeup video. I think all of my makeup videos are pretty laid back and chill just because I am. But today I truly, literally just sat down and was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick a palette that I've been staring at, that I've had for a while. I'm in the mood to kind of do a dramatic cut crease type eye look. I haven't really done anything super aggressive and dramatic, in my opinion, for a while. Now, someone else looking at my eye looks or watching my videos might be like, girl, that's all you do is dramatic looks. But no, if you're an OG, you know that I used to really do some seriously dramatic and crazy eye looks. So I would say today is not super crazy, but it's pretty colorful, pretty dramatic. A very deep crease and a very colorful lid. And the palette that I use to create this look is from KLARITY Kosmetics. It's Clarity with a K. And it is the Angry Leprechaun palette. So this came out quite a while ago. I'm pretty sure I bought it like around, what, Halloween or, you know, somewhere around there. I'm not sure. But I've had it for a little while sitting in my collection. And this color story, y'all. Yeah. Need I say more? Okay, not even gonna say a word. It's just, it's gorgeous. It's very aggressive. Okay, so if you're not really into color, this is not gonna be your thing, of course. But if you are into color, this palette is just gorgeous. It spoke to me. It's beautiful. I mean, the mattes are incredibly pigmented. So, you know, you gotta kind of take your time and be careful with this palette. It's not one of those that just kind of builds up lightly and easily. No, what you see is what you get. These colors are bold and beautiful. And I love that about KLARITY Kosmetics because I'm one where I typically, if I'm doing a dramatic look, I want that color to just sock me in my eye. Okay. So yeah, very gorgeous mattes, the shimmers. Don't worry, I'm going to swatch it. Don't worry, I'm going to swatch it. But the shimmers are just, oh, listen. Shimmers are gorgeous, right? So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and swatch this palette. This palette I checked and it is available still on the KLARITY Kosmetics website if you're interested in it. These colors are pretty basic colors, you know, the mattes for sure. If you already have a colorful palette, you probably already have these colors. There's nothing like interesting or different, in my opinion, about the mattes per se. Now, the shimmers is where you really get that kind of intricate, beautiful sparkle. With KLARITY in this palette, their shimmers have that real serious sparkle going on, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this palette so you can see what it looks like all swatched out. And then if you'd like to stick around and see how I created this eye look, I did do the whole face, but didn't really focus on the face too much. I really focused on the eyes, and I will list the products I used on my face down below just in case I forget to show something. But yeah, let's go ahead and swatch this out and then we can jump into this eye look. Now listen, if you love color and you love beautiful shimmers, honey, you cannot tell me that you are not drooling right now, because these shimmers, oh my goodness, buttery smooth, and they have that gorgeous look at this. Look. Y'all know how I get when I'm looking at beautiful shimmers, okay? This palette is just bomb, and I'm so glad that I went ahead and grabbed it and, you know, added it to my collection and decided to play with it today because it's gorgeous. Anyway, if you like this eye look and you want to hang out with me for a few moments, seeing how I created it and how I got the rest of this face together, then stay tuned because it's coming up next. Okay, you guys, so to start out this look, I am jumping right in with cleaning up my brows. I decided to use my Fenty Beauty wax stick today just to kind of lay down my brow hairs in place before I fill them in. So as you can see, I'm just using the wax and a brush to basically just laminate them to my face. And lately I've been using a Wet n Wild eyeliner pencil to fill in my brows. I don't know, for some reason it just fills in easier for me, and it's the right shade and it stays put. So it's a Wet n Wild retractable waterproof liner, and so that's what I've been using on my brows lately. And here you can see I'm just cleaning it up with some concealer. Now I want to go in and moisturize my face so that can kind of be soaking in while I'm doing my eye look. So I'm using my e.l.f. Holy Hydration face cream, and you know, you guys know this is one of my absolute favorite face creams, moisturizers. It's amazing and very affordable. So to prime my lids, I'm going in with my Morphe eyeshadow primer, and I'm just applying this all over my lid with a fluffy brush, as you can see here, just making sure that I get it down nice and even as usual, especially with this bold eye look that I plan on doing today. So to start out this look, I'm going in with this super deep dark burgundy shade out of the palette. I'm not going to use the names, they're a little bit dramatic, talking about death and killing and all that stuff, since this is an evil leprechaun palette. So I'm just going to reference the color, you know, if that's okay with you guys. But this is a really pretty deep dark burgundy shade, and I decided to start out with that in my outer corner. And for the inner corner, I'm going in with this dark forest green. And as you can see, I'm just taking my time and gently placing that where I want it to be, because I don't want it to go up too high. So I'm trying to be a little precise with where I place it and making sure that I get that pigment down. As you can see, no problem with pigment with these shadows. They are really pigmented. Now I'm just going back in with that burgundy shade and just kind of blending those two together. Now to further blend the outer edges, I'm going in with this kind of like, it's like a light tan / brown shade. Yeah, it kind of looks like a peanut butter shade, I guess would be a good description for it. And I'm just using that on the edge, as you can see, both of that dark green as well as that burgundy. And I decided I wanted to drag that burgundy out a little bit further for this dramatic look. I wanted more of, you know, kind of like a sharp cut on my edge. So I knew I needed to drag that out a little bit further so I can give myself that nice clean edge. As you can see here, I'm just cleaning it up with a wet wipe. That's why I love doing my eyes first, because it's so easy to just kind of clean up that edge whenever you want it to be nice and sharp. So now moving on to the lid. At this point I hadn't swatched the palette yet, so I wasn't sure exactly which shades I wanted to use on my lid. So I was really checking them out and, you know, being amazed by them for the first time when I was applying it, because I had not swatched it at all yet. So I'm going to go in with some of my e.l.f. glitter primer just to make sure that those shimmers you know, stick to my lid and don't fall all over my face throughout the day. And that e.l.f. glitter primer actually really did work really well. Now I realized I didn't show you guys which shimmers I decided to use, but I decided to start out in the inner corner with the pink tone shimmer. In the palette, if you look at it, it kind of has like a pinky tone to it, but all of these shimmers really shift. They all look like duochromes of some sort because they do kind of shift to different colors. But as you can see here, I went in with the pink. Now I'm going in the center with the orange shade, and I'm going to finish it up with the green. And so I'm just kind of gently blending the orange in with that pink and just kind of figuring out exactly how high up I want it to go, how neat I want it to be. So really just taking my time with that. Now this green, oh, listen, the green shimmer, oh my gosh. I mean, they're all gorgeous, but that green, I mean, you can do an eye look just alone with that dark green matte and that green shimmer on the lid, and it would just knock them dead. It's gorgeous. So at this point, I'm realizing just how dramatic this look is gonna be, but I'm absolutely loving it. So as you can see, I'm just taking a little bit of what's left over on that brush from that burgundy shade and gently tapping it in that outer corner just to blend out the edge of that green, so we don't have like a super harsh edge. Even though we're doing a cut crease, I still want it to be kind of blended. So for lashes, decided to go on with my dramatic lashes today since I'm doing a dramatic look. Now I didn't show on camera, but I did prime my face with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer before I went in with my concealer. So this is my Catrice True Skin Concealer. I always use this just to kind of cover up my dark circles and my hyperpigment. What is wrong with me? I swear. But I always use my Catrice concealer to cover up under my eyes as well as my hyperpigmentation around my mouth, because a lot of foundations, even full coverage foundations, just do not cover that for me. And I've tried using like the orange, you know, color corrector, and I just end up looking orange and I don't like it. So I don't know. This is what works best for me. So as you can see, I'm going in with my new Fenty, what is it? Soft Lit? Is that what it's called? Soft Lit foundation. And I have the shade, what is it? 425, I believe. Yeah, I think that's my shade, 425. It's a nice shade for me. Yeah, I don't think that there's another shade that fits me better. When I put on my concealer and and all of, I was having a good time, you guys. That's why sometimes I don't talk through my videos, because I'm listening to music and I'm just vibing out and watching YouTube videos. So yeah, you might see me acting crazy just because I am having a great time applying my makeup, child. So yeah, for concealer, I use my Juvia's Place concealer. If you guys know me, you know that's my absolute favorite concealer. Haven't used it in a long time because I've been testing out other concealers, but today I was like, you know what, let me use my favorite. So yeah, my favorite is the Juvia's Place concealer in the shade 11, and really enjoyed using it as usual. Going in with one of my Colourpop sticks that I've been using for bronzer, and I've actually really been loving bronzing with this stick. I mean, I just love it. It blends out so nicely. I love the shade of it. I feel like the shade is like a perfect bronzer for me. Blends out super easily with a brush or with a sponge, and you can actually see it. It's not too dark, it's not too light. It just works perfectly as a cream bronzer. So loved it. I actually liked it so much today, I did not double bronze with powder. You know, I didn't go over with a powder bronzer today because I felt like the cream was enough. So now that we're nice and bronzed, I'm going to go in with a little bit of my liquid highlighter. This is my Crush XO. And I'm just going in and applying some to the back of my hand so I can use my dual fiber brush, because I just want to kind of paint a little bit of that, you know, on my cheekbones, just to kind of add a little bit of brightening underneath my powder. I haven't been wanting like an aggressive highlighter lately for some reason, so I've just kind of been just chilling out with a little bit of highlight. Now listen, these e.l.f. liquid blushes, if you haven't tried them, I definitely would suggest you try them. They're amazing. They're extremely pigmented, highly pigmented, as you can see here, but they blend out so well. I mean, with a brush, you know, you just take your time and just kind of tap that into your cheek, and it's like, it really blends nicely with your foundation. It doesn't move everything around. You know, you see how I'm just kind of buffing it into my cheek, and it just looks beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love this shade. This is the Gorg Orange. So to powder, I'm going in with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake, and you know, I'm basically highlighting or powdering the highlighted areas with this powder. I use the shade Cinnamon Bun, and this shade is perfect for setting those highlighted areas under my eyes, around my mouth, my forehead, you know, the usual suspects. And this is easily one of my favorite powders. Now to powder the rest of my face, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is her Airbrush Flawless Finish, and I use the shade 4. And I'm just tapping that, you know, over the rest of my face just to make sure everything is set nicely in place. And I have a nice cohesive blend going on all around my face. So to do my second blush, which is a powder blush, I'm using one of my Sephora blushes in the shade Over the Top. These blushes are gorgeous as well. As you can see, it is the perfect combination with that e.l.f. blush. These two shades, even though one is kind of orange and one is a little pinky coral, they worked out really, really nicely together. So I'm just going in with a black eyeliner. I didn't want to do anything too aggressive on my lower lash line since my lid is, you know, so bold today. So we're just doing a black, and we're just going to go in with a mascara later. So before I put on my mascara though, I wanted to go ahead and lock my face in place. So I'm using my Sephora setting spray today. Now for mascara, I'm using my Sephora mascara. I have mixed feelings about this mascara. I really don't even want to talk about it. If you watched my last videos, you know that I am going back and forth with this mascara. One minute I like it and one minute I don't. So I don't even want to talk about it. So that is the final look, you guys. I know this was kind of a longer tutorial, but I really had a good time creating this look. I enjoyed using this beautiful Angry Leprechaun palette. I mean, the lid is just giving me life. So let me know if you guys like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodles!